Breaking news right now to tell you about. A judge has ordered former President Trump not to disclose evidence in his classified documents case. ABC News is reporting that a federal judge has approved a protective order that was sought by special counsel Jack Smith earlier. This motion was approved today. Smith does want to make sure Trump does not disclose sensitive information obtained during the discovery process. That, of course, is when prosecutors will show his defense team evidence it gathered during the investigation. For more reaction to this, let's bring in our panel, former Trump attorney Jesse Binnall, and also joining us to discuss is attorney and advisor to the Donald Trump campaign 2024, Christina Bobb. Good to have you both in with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So can we get your reaction first off about the judge approving this? It's kind of in a way a gag order on the president. Were you expecting this, Jesse? First to you.
Well, and first of all, while I represent President Trump in other matters, I don't represent him at all in this matter. But I will say, as somebody who does white-collar criminal defense, every single case is going to have a protective order in it. And for the most part, this protective order for everything that was sought was very normal for what you'd see in a case. And as far as I know, it was not opposed by the legal team. The more important issue here is this does not appear to be a protective order that was quite as expansive as the one sought in New York, where you have a judge that is really trying to play politics with the process. This was a little bit more standard.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes without saying that you're not going to disclose, discovery to the public. And I think, former President Trump and his legal team understand that. Christina, I want to get your take on this. Former Attorney General Bill Barr is weighing in on the former president's indictment. While Barr condemns Trump's alleged conduct, he says he doesn't want to see him behind bars. Listen to this, and then I want to get your thoughts.
Do you believe if he is convicted, he should serve his prison sentence?
Well, we haven't even gotten to the point of, whether he's been convicted and also what his sentence should be. I don't like the idea of a former president serving time in prison.
So, Christina, what do you think of that? Do you think he's, being sincere?
I actually do, believe it or not. I don't think their goal is to throw Donald Trump in prison. I think their goal is to keep him out of the White House. I think all of this is election interference. They're terrified of him going back into office and cleaning house, cleaning out the corruption. And so, they telegraph what they want to do. And they had been saying, oh, Joe Biden should pardon Donald Trump. They said that about a year ago. And so I really, truly believe this is all aimed at keeping him out of the White House and that they're not specifically trying to throw him in jail. Although if they did, they probably wouldn't be sad about it. I don't see it happening. I don't think Donald Trump is going to jail for any reason, one or the other. And I don't think they're going to ultimately be successful at this, just like they haven't been successful at every other attempt to take down Donald Trump.
Well, let me ask you. Let me jump in and ask you a quick question. Do you think, because Bill, former AG Barr, has been out? He's been doing a lot of interviews, over the last couple weeks, and he's talked a lot about the case and the indictment, his opinions. Do you think that's hurting overall former President Trump and his campaign?
No, I don't think anybody anywhere cares what Bill Barr has to say. The only reason he's on the media circuit is because he's a former Trump AG. And so the left loves to be able to say, former Trump AG says whatever, whatever. If it weren't for that, nobody would be listening to a word Bill Barr says. So I don't think it holds very much weight.
So as expected, also, we know they would criticize Judge Cannon. She's a Trump appointee. We've sort of seen this coming through the media. But I want to get your reaction to you both. Senator Whitehouse on ABC News over the weekend when asking if he thinks Justice Cannon could act independently.
So we will find out whether she goes back to regular, normal judging or continues to be a Trump advocate in a robe. And the only good news about that is that her decisions can't kill off this case until after a jury is impaneled and then jeopardy has attached. So there's going to be a lot of proceedings beforehand for special counsel Jack Smith to test her behavior, to see how she's conducting herself, and to have time to move for her recusal if she's not providing proper rulings.
Trump advocate in a robe. Jesse, can we pump the brakes here? I mean, the case hasn't even started, and we have rhetoric like this here.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really quite offensive by Senator Whitehouse. And I'll just say that so far Judge Cannon has acted as a neutral, as she should be. It's the other judges in other cases that have really showed their partisanship and let their partisanship show through. When you actually have a judge in New York who's a Biden donor, that's what people like Sheldon Whitehouse want. They want judges only that are biased against Donald Trump. And it's very telling that he thinks that somehow Jack Smith, a prosecutor, is going to judge the neutrality of Judge Cannon. That's absolutely inappropriate. And in fact, we actually know that Jack Smith is the real partisan zealot here. Judge Cannon's just so far done nothing more than trying to get to the right legal answer. And I think that's what she'll continue to do in this case. And if she does that, and if it's a fair proceeding, then once again, Donald Trump is going to be vindicated.
We're going to watch it all play out very closely. Obviously, we should note in the breaking story we brought you off the top, Judge Cannon actually sent it up to Bruce Reinhart to decide. So she was acting very, cautiously there as well. So the West Palm Beach judge, not the Miami federal judge, made that decision. So we'll continue to watch this. Great analysis from you both. Really appreciate your time today.
Thanks,
Jesse, Binnall, Christina, Bobb. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.